March 18, 2026. The world watches as America, under the leadership of President Donald Trump, takes a bold and controversial step onto the global stage. In a move that has stunned both allies and adversaries, the United States has entered a military conflict alongside Israel, targeting Iran. The decision, announced in a televised address, marks a dramatic escalation in Middle Eastern tensions and signals a new chapter in American foreign policy. As military convoys roll out and headlines flash across screens, the nation braces for the unknown. This sudden turn of events has sent shockwaves through the political landscape, igniting fierce debate in Congress, on cable news, and across social media. The country is divided, with some rallying behind the president's call for strength, while others voice deep concern about the risks and consequences. But amid the uproar, a crucial question emerges. Will this war finally fracture the MAGA movement? Or will it prove more resilient than ever? MAGA, Make America Great Again, has grown far beyond a campaign slogan. Over the years, it has transformed into a powerful political identity, uniting millions who feel left behind by the establishment. For these supporters, MAGA is a rallying cry, a sense of belonging and a vision for America's future. Its energy is visible at every rally, in every red hat, and in the unwavering chants of USA. For many, Donald Trump is more than just a politician or a former president. He's a symbol of defiance, a champion who promises to fight for ordinary Americans against what they see as a corrupt and unresponsive system. His connection with his base is personal, emotional, and deeply rooted in shared grievances and hopes. Critics, however, have long argued that the MAGA movement's core values, America First and non-interventionism, stand in direct conflict with foreign wars. Many predicted that Trump's decision to engage militarily would expose deep cracks within his base, sparking protests and defections. Headlines question whether the movement can survive this test, and pundits debate if loyalty to Trump will outweigh ideological differences. Yet, a closer look reveals a more complex reality. Despite the controversy, MAGA's loyalty to Trump remains a powerful force, binding supporters together even when faced with unexpected and challenging decisions. As the nation enters uncertain times, the movement's resilience and its leaders' influence will be tested like never before. To understand MAGA's resilience, you have to see it as more than a voting bloc. It's a movement built around Trump's personality, his defiance, bluntness, and willingness to challenge the establishment. Supporters feel left behind by economic and cultural shifts, and Trump gives voice to their frustrations. Their loyalty isn't about policy checklists. It's about trust in Trump's judgment and intentions. When he shifts positions, they see strategy, not betrayal. MAGA is united by identity and loyalty, not just shared interests. This explains why the movement weathers controversies that would destroy most politicians. MAGA is a force built on belief in a leader, not just on policy. As military action in Iran began, media outlets predicted a split in Trump's base. Trump's America First platform had long promised to end endless wars, making this move seem like a contradiction. Many supporters are skeptical of foreign intervention, preferring focus on domestic issues. Commentators amplified this tension, hoping for a crisis of confidence in Trump's leadership. Yet, the anticipated rebellion hasn't materialized. While some influential voices expressed concern, the base remains largely intact. The real story is the remarkable elasticity of the bond between Trump and his followers. Their trust in him outweighs any single policy disagreement. The idea of a divided MAGA movement gained significant traction when prominent conservative media figures like Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and Joe Rogan began to publicly voice their concerns about the prospect of war. These influential personalities, each with their own massive audience, and the just echo the anxieties of everyday Americans. They helped shape the national conversation. Their willingness to question the prevailing narrative marked a turning point in how the MAGA base processed the unfolding events. Carlson, long known for his outspoken anti-war stance, took to his nightly broadcast to warn viewers about the potential chaos that could follow any military action. He questioned the wisdom of attacking Iran, highlighting the unpredictable consequences and the risk of destabilizing the region even further. Carlson's skepticism resonated with viewers who remembered the costly lessons of past conflicts. Megyn Kelly, another influential voice in conservative media, raised fears of the United States becoming entangled in yet another endless Middle East conflict. She spoke directly to the anxieties simmering among Trump's supporters, many of whom felt weary after decades of foreign interventions. Kelly's commentary reflected a growing desire for caution and restraint, rather than a rush to war. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan used his massively popular podcast to discuss the risks and historical failures of U.S. interventions abroad. By bringing in guests with diverse perspectives, Rogan helped broaden the debate, exposing millions of listeners to arguments against military escalation. His platform made these concerns accessible to a wider, often younger audience that might not tune in to traditional news. The critiques from Carlson, Kelly, and Rogan signaled that internal debate within the MAGA movement was not only real, but also vibrant and evolving. Their willingness to challenge the mainstream narrative encouraged others to speak up, sparking thoughtful discussions across social media and in living rooms nationwide. However, it's important to note that none of these media figures framed their concerns as a betrayal of Trump or his leadership. Instead, they positioned their questions as legitimate, patriotic inquiries, calls for careful consideration rather than outright opposition. Their influence demonstrated that dissent within the movement existed, but it was measured, respectful, and rooted in a shared desire for what they believed was best for the country. The conversation was critical and probing, but it stopped short of being revolutionary. Instead, it reflected a maturing movement willing to question itself, even as it remained united in its core values. Despite high-profile concerns, the predicted mass exodus from MAGA hasn't happened. The bond between Trump and his supporters is emotional, not transactional. They see him as their protector and trust his judgment, even when he contradicts past promises. Trump's moves are often interpreted as strategic, not hypocritical. He can redefine the movement's principles in real time, and his base follows. Their loyalty is to the man, not a rigid doctrine. This dynamic shields Trump from both internal and external criticism. When forced to choose, MAGA chooses Trump over policy. MAGA's loyalty during the Iran conflict is no surprise to those who've watched Trump's career. His base has stood by him through scandals, impeachments, and relentless media attacks. Each controversy has only unified and energized his supporters. They see attacks on Trump as attacks on themselves, fueling a powerful sense of solidarity. Criticism triggers a defensive, doubling down reaction. This us versus them mentality has proven politically effective. The Iran debate is just the latest test of this unwavering allegiance. For MAGA, questioning Trump feels like abandoning their champion in battle. Polls confirm what's visible on the ground. Trump's support among Republicans remains rock solid after the Iran decision. Approval ratings within his party are still extraordinarily high, despite the controversy. MAGA's trust in Trump on foreign policy is unwavering even if the country is divided. This loyalty is rare in American politics. Normally a war would erode support, but Trump's numbers hold steady. His base is a solid block, not easily swayed by dissent or negative coverage. The data reinforces the movement's unique, personal loyalty to its leader. The base isn't breaking, it's holding the line. Dissent from figures like Carlson and Kelly was brief and carefully measured. There was no sustained opposition or call for rebellion. Conservative commentators know their audience is Trump's audience. Open confrontation risks their careers. Their criticism is calibrated, questioning policy, not Trump's character or motives. Carlson, for example, quickly reaffirmed his respect for Trump after initial warnings. This balancing act preserves their influence within the movement. Internal dissent is temporary and contained, rarely threatening MAGA's unity. The gravitational pull of Trump's personality ensures lasting loyalty. Many believe that a major international crisis, like a war with Iran, would expose deep rifts within the MAGA movement, but this assumption misses the essence of what truly binds the movement together. MAGA's foundation isn't built on a delicate agreement over foreign policy or specific legislative goals. Instead, it's rooted in a shared sense of cultural identity, a feeling of being under siege, and a powerful loyalty to Donald Trump himself. Trump's connection with his base is forged through years of shared battles, real and perceived, against political elites, the media, and changing American values. This bond is emotional and personal, not transactional. Supporters see Trump as their champion, someone who voices their frustrations and stands up for their way of life, regardless of shifting policy details. Time and again, pundits have predicted that controversial decisions or global crises would fracture the movement. Yet, these forecasts of division have become almost a ritual in political commentary, and they consistently fail to materialize. MAGA operates less like a traditional political party and more like a secular faith. Its followers trust the leader's judgment almost instinctively, believing that Trump's choices, no matter how controversial, are made in their best interest. While dissenting voices do emerge, they rarely spark true rebellion. Instead, these disagreements act as a pressure release valve, allowing for debate without threatening the movement's core unity. Commentators and critics within the movement often retreat, reframe, or shift their arguments, ensuring that public unity is maintained even as private doubts may linger. The Iran conflict, rather than dividing MAGA, is likely to be woven into its narrative as yet another example of Trump's bold, decisive leadership on the world stage. Proof that he's willing to take risks for the sake of his supporters and the country. Ultimately, the story here is not one of fragmentation, but of steadfast loyalty, a movement united by a leader who is seen, above all else, as relentlessly fighting for his people, no matter the turmoil.